What's going on? I am again in a robotic car, driverless ride on cruise. So that's why I can do a Q&A. Going home from the Fairmont Hotel here in San Francisco to prove to you what's going on. Here it is. We're going up the street here, Nob Hill. There is no driver, see? When we make a turn, I'll show you the steering wheel so that you have a good idea of how crazy this is. See, that wheel is turning and there is nobody sitting there. Totally safe. Hopefully we don't crash on our way home here. But because there is no driver and because I'm not driving, I could sit here in the back and answer some questions. I was just at the Tonga Room. Friends in town. Did you know that the Tonga Room in the basement of the Fairmont Hotel is the world's first tiki bar, like the first tiki bar in North America, Europe, Western world, whatever you want to say. After World War II, soldiers came back from the Pacific Theater. San Francisco was a major port of entry, and they wanted a drinking experience like they had out, on those Pacific Islands. So they converted the pool in the basement of the Fairmont Hotel up on Nob Hill in San Francisco in 1945 after World War II into a tiki bar where it actually rains from the ceiling. The cover band plays on a little floating boat / island in that former pool, and it's quite the scene. So I recommended it to my friend who came into town, and he and his girlfriend both had a great time down at the Tonga Room, and I stopped by, had a drink, and then I said I had to get home early because the 49ers are playing tomorrow. I have a game tomorrow. So I went to Sam's tonight, went to the Tonga Room, and now I'm in a cruise. I'm in a driverless car. Those of you just joining, you can see. I think we're about to turn, right? Watch this. Oh my God. We are turning onto cable car tracks, going down a hill with no driver. Just like we all thought we'd see in our lifetimes, right? Now, the first time I did a video from one of these, everybody thought that I was crazy, that I was gonna die. I don't think I'm gonna die. I think this is probably safer than a human driver. Unfortunately, it's not having a conversation with me, but maybe that's good because we can do a YouTube live here. So if you have any questions, let me know. We're at California and Hyde, by the way. Here, if you look up California, you can see the original cable car line. See the tracks right there. Well, you can see how the weather in San Francisco is. It's a little wet, right? You can see the raindrops on the window here. We're turning right now, so I believe that this is Pine. Yeah, we're turning around on Pine, and we're gonna cut through to Western Addition and then down to near where it's dropping, to where it's dropping me off. It's dropping me off near my house, not quite at my house. I'm gonna walk about a block from there. Anyway, 49ers Cardinals tomorrow. I know there's probably not that much interest in the game itself. Maybe a little bit more interest in the 49ers chances at the 1 seed, right? Those aren't great. Tonight, we learned that the 49ers will play at Jacksonville next year for their 17th game. Not their final game, but the 17th game of the season has been determined. 49ers as NFC West champions will play the AFC South champion Jacksonville Jaguars. And I thought for a while it was going to be the Tennessee Titans until they totally screwed it up. Titans probably win that game. Possibly win that game. I don't know what adverb we use in this situation if they just hand the ball off. But Josh Dobbs, not very good, right? And on 3rd and 6, they decide to pass, and the play is absolutely detonated for a fumble 6. So that means that the Jaguars are advancing to the playoffs. The Jaguars win the AFC South, which was terrible this year, and the 49ers will play the Jaguars in Jacksonville at some point in the 2023 season. They have a chance to play them at some point in this season, which would be the Super Bowl, but I don't think that that's likely. I don't think that Jacksonville is quite good enough to make it through the entire AFC playoff picture, especially with the Chiefs in there. The Chiefs beat the Raiders today. And with that, the 49ers, since the Raiders lost, the 49ers became the first team in NFL history to see their opponents go 0 for the season in the week following games against them, against the 49ers. 49ers opponents this year finished off by the Raiders today, have gone 0-15 the week after playing the 49ers. That might be a testament to the 49ers' extraordinary physicality. By the way, those of you just joining, I'm in a driverless car. I'm going to keep on showing this because you're probably wondering why the lighting isn't very good. Well, lighting isn't very good because it's dark. Hey, maybe we could turn this on. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Game changer. Lighting is on. We have a bigger audience. Kind of has half my face lit up. So this is the full face. It's a little too much. By the way, these driverless cars, obviously, we're going to turn here in a little bit. But when we turn, that's the coolest visual. When you see that wheel turn, you have screens here telling you where you're going to go. If I ever freak out and I want to end the ride, I hit end ride right there. I think I could probably unlock and open the door. I'm not sure, though. Maybe it will trap me in here and drive me off onto a container ship like they did in Silicon Valley on HBO. I don't feel like I'm in danger at all. I know some of you watching right now are probably freaking out. But look, we're on the green wave. This is Pine. We're going through Pack Heights. These lights are timed to be green. Look, there's somebody being sketchy right here, and the car brakes, make sure it doesn't hit them, and then it keeps on going. You know, like these things have, I think, better vision than your average driver who isn't very good. Look, Fillmore Street, boom, Pack Heights, very nice. We're still making it down in good time. We're going to be turning left very shortly onto Visadero. And, you know, maybe the best part is this car's not talking back at me right now. This car's totally okay with me doing a YouTube live talking about the 49ers. Look, you could even see my reflection, kind of. Yeah, there I am. Kind of artistic right there. You can see my reflection because there's a glass or plastic, whatever, surface here. The turn is coming up. When the turn comes, those of you who haven't seen this yet, you're gonna go crazy. You're gonna see that wheel kind of spin. Anyway, we have about 7 minutes, so 49ers questions over these 7 minutes would be very, very welcome. We got a block left. We're about to turn here onto Visadero. Let's check it out. Car's rolling. Lights coming up. All right, let's get that turn signal on, man. Oh, there it is. Good job. Stay nice and safe. All right, let's see how the robot executes a turn. Oh, nice and smooth. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. A little herky-jerky. Did it okay. That you know, that's a better turn than I've seen some Uber drivers make, so not bad. I'm going right by the San Francisco Athletic Club, which is one of the better sports bars in the city. There it is right there. Good spot. Check it out. SF Athletic Club. Still the flags up from the World Cup. Okay. Questions. Who wins? Here, I'm just scrolling down through some of these questions. Who wins Lions versus Packers? I think Green Bay wins. The most likely playoff opponent for the 49ers is the Packers. Is Christian McCaffrey resting tomorrow? No, Christian McCaffrey is playing tomorrow. I don't know how much, but he's definitely playing tomorrow for the 49ers. Keep them rolling in. We got a Q&A here. I don't know if I'm going to do one from the studio at home. I think I'm going to do it from the driverless car. I don't know if McCaffrey and Debo will be a snap count. I don't think they'll be on one entering the game, but I think the 49ers will scoreboard watch, or at least the staff will. And if there turns out to be not much to play for, if they're blowing out the Cardinals, then maybe yank some of those guys out. But the last time Elijah Mitchell came back from an injury, to answer the next question, he had 19 carries. So the 49ers aren't big on easing these guys back in, that's for sure. Of course I think the 49ers can beat the Packers in the playoffs. The only people afraid of the Packers from the 49ers perspective are fans right now. Fans seem to be freaking out about Green Bay, but it's a worse team objectively than last year. They don't have Devontae Adams. I know they're playing better than they have been, but if you're the 2 seed and you've been winning a lot of games and the 49ers are about to go to 10 straight wins tomorrow, you're not afraid of anybody in the first round. I don't think the Giants have much of a shot, unfortunately. I mean, they do have a shot because it's the NFL, and even replacement players can show up and play for pride, and the Eagles are leaking a little bit of oil. But the Eagles are 14-point favorites for a reason in that football game. All right, I'm just answering questions as they come through. Who's in place for Greenlaw? Oren Burks is in place for Dre Greenlaw, the special teams ace, Oren Burks. Do you think the Eagles are playing chicken with the Jalen Hurts injury reports? I think they have been for the last week or so. You know, I think that the injury is probably a little bit more serious than they initially let on. They initially let on he was going to play right away, right? Or he had a chance to against the Cowboys in that game. That ended up not being the case. So, yeah, I do think that, you know, the 49ers know very well that a shoulder injury to a quarterback can really hinder the quarterback. They saw it with Jimmy Garoppolo throughout the playoffs last season. We're making our way down to Visadero, me and the invisible driver. Not too far, 5 minutes until I'm dropped off. Who do I have going for the Super Bowl in the AFC? I can't bet. You know, you guys know I love Josh Allen. He comes from a farm near where I grew up in Firebaugh, California. But Patrick Mahomes is the best player in football. The efficiency is off the charts. This year he threw for over 5,200 yards. It is really, really hard to bet against the Chiefs. Is Lenore good enough to cover a wide receiver too like Devontae Smith? Well, if the pass rush is good enough, if the scheme is good enough, then he is. 49ers have to support their corner. It's a team effort. It's a team game. Everybody tries to boil it down to one player in one spot, but it's a unit-wide kind of thing. I do think that Jimmy Garoppolo has a shot to play in the playoffs. I don't think he's going to be 100% till really late in the playoffs, the Super Bowl, though. So if Brock Purdy continues playing as well as he is playing right now, then the 49ers don't have to rush anything with Jimmy Garoppolo. They have the benefit of option power at that quarterback position. Brock Purdy has really been sensational for this team so far. 3 minutes to go. We're about to go through Nopa here, one of my favorite neighborhoods in San Francisco. Got a lot of good stuff in Nopa, including Emporium, former theater turned into game room where you can watch some games. I think the 49ers are riding with the hot-handed quarterback. I think you just let it play out organically, to be honest. Danny Gray should get some snaps against Arizona. He got some snaps last week. How common or rare is it for a team to go undefeated in their division as the Niners appear to be poised to do tomorrow? It's a great question. I don't know how common it is because I haven't actually looked at when it last happened, but I don't think it's very common. It's really hard to beat division opponents. Often you'll see teams that are really good lose a game against a mediocre division opponent. I remember the Seahawks back in the day, the Legion of Boom days, the Rams would always give the Seahawks trouble. That NFC West was crazy back in Harbaugh, Carroll, all those guys around. I think that's representative of how these divisions work, though. These teams are so familiar with each other that it's hard to win every single game. So, yeah, the 49ers are about to go, what is it, 6-0 against the division? They're going to do it tomorrow. I'm very confident that they're going to do it tomorrow. And if that happens, I think that's an accomplishment that should be valued. Hey, look at this driverless car. Look, we got some guys double parked ahead of us. So right now we're kind of in a tough spot. We're trying to move over, but all these cars keep on taking up the left lane. But look at the driverless car. Look at this. Look at this. We're just going around the double parker. Oh, we had to slam on the brakes. That's crazy. But as you can see, we didn't crash, so we're good. We made it. And you know, it's the human driver's fault. The double parker, who's now behind us right now, is the one that caused that little commotion. Not my Cruise right here. I think the Cruise's name is Lassie. Every car has a name. So, you know, as I've been saying, robot drivers are better than human drivers. I've run into a lot of really bad human drivers on the road. But, you know, those of you who don't trust it, I just see somebody saying that they don't trust this drive. Hopefully a video like this helps you trust it. You just saw this car handle that situation better than the human behind me.
We're arriving soon.
All right.
Please stay buckled.
We're arriving soon, according to the car. And that's true. We're arriving in about a block. So I'll stay with you guys. Maybe I'll walk a little bit here. You guys will see me get out of the car. I think that'll be cool. We got a lot of people on, so that's fun. See the end of the ride here. This is the Visadero Street, Nopa, good neighborhood here in San Francisco. And we are hitting a red light. I don't think it's going to let me off until after the light. So when you're arriving soon, this is what it says. It says, stay buckled up until we stop. Grab all your things. So I have a backpack. I have a wallet. And that's it. I'll stay on though. We got a good crowd. It's not a Tesla. I'll show you the car here in about 20 seconds as soon as I get on. It's a custom-made self-driving car. It's got a bunch of camera equipment on the surface. It's really cool. And you see a lot of them. They only operate from like 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. at night. The 49ers keeping Jimmy Ward next year. It's a good question. They have to offer him a contract. I don't think they have done that yet. All right, here we go. We're going to get out of this sucker. Thank you, sir. Ma'am.
Please keep your seatbelt buckled during the ride.
Awesome. All right, we've arrived at my drop-off spot. Unlock the door, please. All right, thank you. See, you let me out. It's all good. Grab my wallet. Grab my backpack. Make sure I have everything. And now I close the door. This is what it looks like. That's your driverless car. And it's actually raining outside, so I have to get going. It's not going to back up and run me over. Look, it's going to drive forward like a civilized driver. It's going to leave. It's not going to cut anybody off. That's my final thought of the night, is that human drivers are worse than this. There are a lot of really bad drivers in the Bay Area. And these, these cruise cars, Lassie, I think was the name of this one, they do not count as some of the bad drivers. All right, so let's walk. I believe it is electric, yes. Yeah, you should try it. You got to get on the list, I think, to try it, but I obviously got on the list. They give me free rides, which is pretty neat. So, like, I could either pay $20 for an Uber, or I could ride that for free and do a live on the way. Seems like a pretty good deal, so. No, I don't think Talanoa Hufanga should be benched. He's a Pro Bowler. What are you talking about? I mean, yes, he bid on a couple play fakes, but, geez, bench him? I mean, the guy's in his second year, and he just made the Pro Bowl. Show the guy some love. Yeah, it's an office on wheels. All right, I'm jaywalking now. Don't tell anybody. I'm gonna cross over. Look, I'm gonna go by the Page. This is another cool bar. Good little cocktail bar in this Nopa area. Oh, it's probably hopping tonight. Look at it. Not a bad spot. Look at this, we're doing a show in the rain. It's coming down here in San Francisco. But I'm almost back, so we'll be good. Page Street is a beautiful street. All right, I'm going another block, and then I'm signing off. With the Chiefs smacking the Raiders, how concerning is it for the Niners to all those points and yards? I mean, it's not concerning because of anything the Chiefs did. We knew the Raiders weren't great, but we also knew they had some weapons, and the 49ers made some mistakes defensively. It was a rivalry game. They scored some points. Every game is its own thing in the NFL. I think the 49ers are happy that it happened because we know they have the talent to shut people down. They just have to execute. And now they have a chance to execute moving forward. Here we go. So, yeah, I don't think it's concerning at all. Will Brandon Ayuk get a new contract? Well, from somebody he will. We'll see if it's the 49ers. What do you make of Brock Purdy in his rookie season, possibly playing in his hometown in the Super Bowl? Yeah, I could. I'll probably write a story about it if it does happen. That would be awesome. I mean, Brock Purdy's the story of the NFL this year. Talk about Mr. Irrelevant, coming up to helm the most talented roster in football. Third quarterback for them this season, hasn't been beaten yet. It's awesome. So when you look at Brock Purdy, he is, I mean, this is the kind of stuff that you write Hollywood scripts about down the road. All right, guys, it's about time to sign off. Beautiful Page Street, Page and Scott, San Francisco. Hope you enjoyed the driverless ride. Talk to you tomorrow from Levi Stadium. Time to survive the storm. Everybody drive safe if you're headed to the game tomorrow. Take care.